Hey everybody, welcome back to the much anticipated continuation of the Freight House Kit Bash build. So what you're looking at here is just a mock-up that I did for some photos. I've said that a couple times in the last few videos. I have been so busy working on the house that I've had to put all the projects on hold and the model trains on hold for a little bit, trying to get the tile floor finished before Thanksgiving, which is next week, which probably won't happen, but I'll get part of the floor done. Never know, I might be able to get it all done, but I doubt it. It's tile sucks. My fingers hurt, my back hurts, my neck hurts, everything on my body hurts from doing freaking tile. This is ridiculous how much effort I'm putting into this, how physical it is. But that's a whole nother story and a whole different video and a whole nother channel. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take this down, take it over to the workbench, and I'm going to start working on the windows on the sides here. I'll clean off the putty I got on there and start working on the windows. The windows, when I measured them in scale feet, they were just over 36 inches. The windows that I bought were supposed to be 36-inch windows, and they are not. So I think I said that in the last video too. So I gotta work on every single window, and I don't even know how many windows there are. There's what, 12, 14, 15, 16 windows just on this side. So multiply that by 2, and you can understand why I've been procrastinating just a little bit on this as well. I can't remember if I talked about this before, but this is a piece of concrete backer board. I've already painted it, literally called as a color called concrete or cement or something like that. It's one of them, but I still got to work on the steps on each side. I got to raise them up a little bit to make them match. I probably do them something like this with a 1/4-inch piece of wood underneath and some gravel around that to kind of clean it all up. But all I did was take a couple of pieces of wood, I put some painter's tape on there, blue painter's tape, and then I blasted it black just to kind of give the idea of what it will look like. And you can see I just taped the inside and taped everything together. I will highlight some of the things that I did off camera, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute after I transport this over to the workbench. See you there. All right, so let me get this right. This looks pretty good right here. So here are the windows I bought. These are Tichy Train Group, 34-inch wide by 64-inch high. And these windows were a scale 40-something inches. I measured it all out. These should have fit right in, like no problem at all. And they are, the little part here that fits inside the window is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's probably maybe a 64th of an inch or something like that. So I got to take off each side and then a little bit on the top, probably about a 32nd of an inch off of the top. So I'm working each side and the top, and I'm going to do that with a combination of my hobby knife here. Use a chisel blade a little bit, some fingernail files I stole from my wife, and just a regular file here. More than likely I will be scraping the sides down and working it from there, but I'll show you what I've done so far. You take all these out. I heard the door open a minute ago. I think my wife's coming in. But I got the gate shut back here. She don't like to bend underneath of it. Come on now. Also, when I put these doors on, I'm gonna have to cut these little parts off the bottom here, like little door jamb or whatever. Those will come off because some of these will be open, and your forklift and your hand trucks and all that stuff won't go over that, and so I think it'll look a little bit better. My plan is to have not a full-blown interior, but something inside that will be seen, of course, from the aisle, and maybe some cargo in there. And if you remember the video from, I don't know, a month or so ago, I bought a bunch of detail parts that have a bunch of stuff that will go inside. So let's start taking this tape off. You see I marked everything so I wouldn't forget what was what. Let me pull this out a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little better. And then this will come off. Now, it took me probably about 25 minutes to tape all this stuff together just for some pictures. And that was something else. But I'm pretty sure I said this before, but I went through and I've labeled all the parts so I don't get them confused. And I highly suggest that, especially if you're kit bashing. You can number them or name them whatever you want. Looks like I got a couple of doors I still have to paint if I decide to use those doors. You know, the sad thing is I've spent so much time working on this like a month ago that since I've taken my break, my little hiatus, I forgot a lot of things. So I highly suggest don't take a month off from doing a kit bash project, where you may forget some of the ideas and the plans that you had to do. It'd be a good idea to write all that stuff down. I failed to do that because I didn't think I was going to take a month off. So this is the middle piece of the warehouse portion, and all I've done is I've taken these I guess they're like L-shaped pieces of plastic. Could have swore somebody just started up the car. I was like, oh, I know what's going on. So when the door opened up, my wife was going to holler and tell me that she's on her way to Walmart to pick up groceries, and she heard me talking, so I was filming, so she didn't say nothing. So I got a pretty good wife. So, but when I hear the Camaro start up, she's either mad at me or she's going to fetch groceries. So it was a good thing. So what I did was I glued these on each side. I created about a 1/4 of an inch of surface right here that will be perfect for gluing these pieces together as such. Now, I was trying to figure out a different way to do this. In the past, I've just taken like larger pieces of plastic and, you know, glued them on the inside where you couldn't see them and stuff like that. I didn't want to do that this time. So I'm trying to make this magazine worthy, if you would. And I want to be able to, I don't know, maybe submit pictures to a magazine or something. What I'm thinking about doing is I talked to Tony Custer when I was at the Nickel Plate convention about this build, and what my idea was and how I started out making his depot or his freight house that he built. And I kind of went a different route because who really wants to copy somebody else? I mean, I really kind of wanted to do something just a little bit different, but his concept and his original model is the inspiration and the motivation. And you know, it's funny that I go through all my magazines on occasion and I read stuff here and there, and I found my son's collection of model trains from, I don't know, like 2012. I bought him a subscription for his birthday or Christmas or something, and I got all his stuff here. He's 30 years old and his birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Justin, if you're watching, even though I just talked to you on the phone a little while ago. But I've got all his model trains here, and it's the stuff he had when he was a kid and everything, and so it's nothing like super awesome, but you know, it's his stuff. And so I was going through his boxes because I was looking for some stuff to kit bash with his permission, and also I was going to put DCC in some of his locomotives and stuff like that, so he could run them here and stuff when he comes to visit and everything. And Wow, I'm surprised this is stuck so hard. Oh, I forgot I even did that. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and leave that taped just for right now. And I will have to glue that together here in the near future before I continue. But I was going through his boxes and I found a bunch of, magazines. So I started reading them. And there's always great information, in the magazine. And I prefer to read a magazine versus look stuff up on the interwebs and all that. And I mean, nothing wrong with the interwebs, but I get tired of looking at my phone, strains my eyes, and I really like having a hard copy of something that I can look at repeatedly without looking at my phone, because for some reason my friend Dean likes to call me every single night at the same time, and I never answer the phone because I'm always doing something else, even though I expect him to call at 6 o'clock, which is, I'm surprised he hasn't called me yet because it's 7 o'clock now. But he's a good guy. He's a good dude. But needless to say, the whole concept, the whole idea while I was just talking about was Tony Custer. And I'm going through these magazines from 12 years ago, and I bet you every single other magazine has a Tony Custer article or a Jim Hediger article, which I believe he was one of the editors at that time anyway. And then there's always an Alan McClellan article, at least one or two a year. And then who's the other guy? Bill Darnaby. He's in a lot of stuff. I mean, he is a very, very private guy. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but at the Nickel Plate convention, he was there, and he and I talked, and we talked, and we talked, and we talked. And I talked to him so much I thought I made him mad. But I don't think I did. But it just, at the time, he gave me this stern look one day at breakfast and called me over. And it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, shit, what'd I do? I haven't talked to him in 12 hours. And he's still mad about yesterday. But basically what I was trying to do was get him to post photos or send me photos or something like that of his Maumee route, which was the Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and St. Louis. CCC and STL. I can't remember. It's the Maumee route, just Maumee. And it was a nickel plate styled prototypical railroad that was also a combination of the Wabash. So I think it theoretically ran from maybe Toledo to Kansas City, St. Louis to Buffalo, something like that. And it was pretty cool. But I was kind of on him a little bit about, hey, you need to share some of this information. There's not a lot of stuff out there. And he just kept looking at me saying, Rob, it's in the magazines. And I'd say, yeah, but I don't have the magazines, and it's kind of hard to get some of those, and and we went round and round. It was pretty funny. And so finally he looked at me and goes, Rob, what are you going to do after I'm dead and gone? And I was like, Bill, that's why I'm asking you all these questions now. And the look on his face was it's pretty damn funny. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking here. I'm gonna start working on these windows, and I'll come back and show you that, because I haven't shown you anything. There's been like 13 minutes of video. So just hang out, and you ain't got to go nowhere, but I will. And I'll see you here in a few minutes. All right. So I'm giggling a little bit because it's been, I don't know, 45 minutes since the last section here just a second ago that you saw. And I got this window cut out. Now, I was delayed momentarily by my wife coming home, and I helped unload the groceries and put them away because they're for me too. That's what men should do. But what I've done here is I've cleaned off the putty here, so filled in these holes, and I got this one window done. Now, I started off scraping the sides with the knife, and then scraping the top, and then I went to filing everything, and then I went to using the actual file. And nothing worked as well as using the knife to just cut it across the top and then cut down the sides. Now, I can't tell you what the measurements are to cut. I just kind of eyeballed it. And this one here fits in pretty tight, and that's what I wanted. So, what we got here? 4, 8, 10, 18... 16 windows? No, 16, 17, 18, 19. About 20 more windows to go. 20 more windows to go. Probably more than that. because I just kind of glanced and tried to count in my head without counting out loud and sounded like I'm special. But so I'm gonna finish this side here up. I'll show you what that looks like, and then I'll end this video. The next video, we'll talk about the doors down here, because all the windows will be done, the doors down here, and we'll talk about gluing this side together, and I'll have this part here cleaned up. So we're almost ready to start gluing everything together. No, we're not almost ready to glue everything together. We're almost ready to glue this part together and then paint everything and then glue it together. So I will be painting the outside a light gray, as such. And I need to figure out what to paint the inside. Since you're going to be able to see into it, I want this to be a different color than the outside. So I may do something like maybe a light green or something. And I think that might look pretty decent with concrete floor and all the stuff in there. I need to do a little eBay search and find me some LED lights that I can put over the doors. And I think that'll look pretty cool when it's lit up, and maybe a couple of lights in the admin section in the top, and then there'll be a floor, and then there I can have some lights on here, and there'll be some lights everywhere. But this would be only my second attempt at putting in some LEDs, and I have a bunch of LEDs that Tom Smith gave to me, and I got some other stuff that I bought, and it's all part of the I think it's the Woodland Scenics lighting system. So they all plug in underneath, and you got a controller where you plug it in, and you can like turn the lights up and down and stuff like that. I think that'll look pretty cool. We'll see. These videos normally come out on Fridays. I may start doing these on Thursdays, and be probably every other week, since I got so much stuff going on and the holidays going on. So probably be every other week. And then on the weeks that these aren't published will be the V&O F7 build. They're probably only, I've been debating on doing one long video for the F7 and finishing it up, or two shorter ones. So I'll probably do 2 15-minute videos, and then that should be done here pretty quick for the time being. I still can't find the couplers that I'm looking for that will, like the close couplers, you know, to keep the F7s, you know, 3 feet apart. So that will probably be in the future. There'll be something else, you know. I'm coming up with a way to couple them up, but I'll talk about that in that video. But oh well. So I'll finish these up. I'll put those windows in, I'll let you see them, and then I'll let you go for the night. All right, so I said I was gonna do 4 windows, and between messing with these and making my dinner, didn't quite happen. But I got 2 of them done here. So you can see the difference in the sizes, and maybe you can see it better on the black. So it's quite a difference. So you're cutting out a lot of material on each side and the top. And I usually make my windows, I cut the openings so that everything fits in really tight. And I think they do. And I'm telling you, I like the way this looks. I think this looks incredible. I like these double windows I put in on a few places and all that. So, you know, 27,000 more windows to enlarge. And this thing will be ready for the next chapter in this series. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna let this go. I think it's like 20 minutes already, so probably me rambling more than me working, but you get to see a little bit of the progress. The next video will be a lot more progress. All these windows will be opened up, and everything will be in there, be ready for some paint and some glue and some stuff like that. So if you like this video, if you like this series, you know, hit that little thumbs up, hit that notification bell if you want. I'm only posting 1 to 2 videos a week right now, so I mean, that's totally up to you. Subscribe if you haven't done so. At 2,000 subscribers, if we get to 2,000 subscribers before December 31st, I give away the Virginian and Ohio coil car that Home Shops has produced in conjunction with Intermountain. Congratulations to Benny Johnson for winning the Ohio Southern car. It should be in the mail about 4 or 5 days now. So So Benny contacted me. He lives in Indonesia. I'm like, holy shit, Indonesia. How much is this going to cost me to ship this car to you? But I don't mind. It's all part of the effort to grow the channel and to grow the Home Shops brand. And I thank everybody who has participated so far and who has subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed, do so. If not, I will find you. I have a particular set of skills and I know where you are. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.